take another look at quick action. Last week we had a look at the Ad CRM contacts quick action to fix it because it was showing contacts even if inactive. But after some comments during the review phase, I decided to block it until we fix another issue with the remove contacts quick action, because both quick action are using the same endpoint to get the list of available contacts. But if we keep it like this, if we make public the new fix that we did last week, the remove quick action won't be usable if we want to remove a contact that's inactive. So
essentially, at the moment, both add and remove, as you say, pull from the same list, and that list is pretty much all contacts, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no real limitation at all. I should say all contacts for the group. And if we are to, the primary thing that you were focusing on was only showing active contacts, which is great for add, but for remove, if somebody's already added a contact that was active, they're now inactive, then you wouldn't be able to remove that contact. So it now feels like the time to remove the kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, split them off so they're different endpoints. The huge benefit is that we can make it so the remove endpoint only returns the contacts who are currently attached to the issue as well. At the moment, the fact that it returns everyone is a bit silly and misleading. And you can say, "Oh, I want to remove Dave, Bob, and Gemma" when they aren't on the issue in the first place. So this will be like definitely a win-win.
Yeah. Okay. Before I forget, let me share my screen.
I think we were saying last time that we could reuse the labels actions as an example, because when you add a label, it'll show you all of the labels, and when you remove a label, it's only the ones that are on the issue.
I mean, I think we could, but I'm trying to remember if that's one of them or not. I can't remember how that works. I have a feeling that uses more client-side, like JavaScript filtering. And when I looked at it, because I sort of considered attacking this in the past, and I started working. I've sent a merge request link. I don't know if you've not got that. I'll try and dig it up. Hopefully Marco's got it in front of him. But trying to do it client side was just a nightmare, and didn't like it. It just seemed it'd be a lot more work. It'd be a lot simpler just to create separate endpoints. I think I might have been looking at add and remove assignees, and it definitely works client side. It uses the same endpoint in the back end, but it does something client side, and it was just a bit black magic, and it seemed simpler to create two endpoints that just use very slightly different finder criteria to return the list of contacts, and then just tell both quick actions to use a different endpoint, what they call it, autocomplete list or something like that.
Yeah. So
okay. Sounds good.
Let's have a look. Okay, little bit of inception. Okay, so what I started doing is have a look at how quick action are provided to the front end and how they make the call to the back end to get suggestions.
Yeah.
And what I found is these autocomplete data sources.
What you could definitely do is if you find the contacts line, your screen's just blurred a little bit for me. If you find because you've modified it, you can't see it. But I was going to suggest if you find the merge request when we introduced the contacts, autocomplete, you should be able to almost copy and paste everything that
Yeah, I kind of did that, and I
Cool.
changed. For example, this was like this before. How can? Why can't I zoom in my screen? Oh, here it is. Is it better now?
Yeah. Thanks, Michael.
So this line where it returns the contacts and the I think this is the path to the API to fetch the suggestions.
Yep.
And what I did was this. I renamed this because we want to change contacts to active contacts, so we can use that to know the contacts we can use for the add contacts action.
What do you think about? No, actually, maybe not. I was going to suggest we exclude the contacts who are currently assigned to the issue as well. But I'm guessing we use this same endpoint. No, we don't. We don't do it. I was going to say, do we use the same endpoint for the search bar, the filter bar on the issue screen? But I don't think we do.
No, we don't.
In which case, yeah, what do you think about excluding the contacts that are already attached to the issue as well?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So how do you suggest rename?
Would that need to be a front end thing? Because if you have,
you could. We could call it.
I'm not sure how it works with. Sorry.
No, go on.
Clearly some lag. I'm not sure how it works with the labels, but if you do like /label bug, then do a new line and another /label, it won't offer bug again because it knows you've already added it in the list of existing quick actions.
Oh, really?
So I think the only way it would do that would be front end check.
Do you know what? I like that for a number of reasons, actually. One of the main ones being is that I think this is more reusable if we use active contacts, because in the future we want to be able to reference contacts as well. So like in the comments or in a description, we should be able to refer to contacts, you know, how you can refer to other issues, merge requests, assignees or users, I should say, various other bits and pieces.
Yeah. So we actually, so in the end, we are going to keep the active contacts like this.
Sounds. We could even iterate. Maybe it depends how hard or easy it looks, but I think it's going to be a bit challenging, a bit tricky to find the existing contacts and exclude them from this list in JavaScript. It's going to be possible, but I would suggest we do get this change through first and then do a second merge request to then try and improve it even more so that, And like Andrew says, that would also prevent you trying to add the same one twice in the same quick action as well as, awesome.
Okay, so I also changed the call to the endpoint, and this is where things started go broke, because where was it? The autocomplete sources controller. This was where the contacts method was defined. Actually, I still have the old one because I don't want to break anything. But the active contacts, which is the newer one, I still don't seem to be able to access it, even if I print the list of available paths for the controllers. I don't see it. Do I need to update something else?
So can you have a look?
Oh, let me share. Send you the live share also.
I'm going to find the MR quickly, and then I reckon I'll have a nice, easy answer for you.
Sorry for the... Okay.
Yeah, I did reply on that merge request to you, Marco, and then I saw your reply and never got around to getting to it. There is a roots file.
Oh,
I think there's actually multiple roots file.
There are definitely, yeah.
oh, roots config.
No, it's a different one. I think it's
Might be root/project.config.
yeah, that's the one. Root/project.
.rb or something like that. I'm just searching for the merge request because this will make our life really easy.
I think if you search for autocomplete, there we go. So I think you need to add on line 176.
Okay.
After that, you need to do get active_contacts.
So now if I go to my, where is it? This one?
I've just sent you a link to the original merge request that introduced the autocomplete. So you can, sorry, I put it in the chat on Restream.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
too many windows. Oh yeah, I shouldn't do that because I'll cause inception. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so by looking at that original merge request, that's probably the easiest way to see exactly what we need to do.
Okay.
So what tests we need to add and everything should be hopefully.
Okay. So let's see if this works because I should have the contacts available here. Yeah. So contacts, but it's not calling the backend. I don't know why. It's not making the call to get the list. It's not.
Do one more character.
No, that's not it. But if I change it back, yes.
Did you make any changes in? Oh, interesting. So it looks like the MR that I sent you was just the back end.
Okay.
So it looks like that's one thing we'll have to consider is that fun where we have to do the back end bit separately to the front end.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to try and find the front end merge request to see.
Now it's calling the, okay, we have an error, but it's calling the backend immediately when I start typing the.
Right.
Because this is the backend changes. Yeah, the contacts finder. Oh, the autocomplete sources controller. No, that's the one that I already changed.
Right, I've got the MR for the front end changes. I'll put it in Discord this time.
Oh, why is so? Oh, contacts. So we actually do have contacts in here. Where is it? Where is it? Line. Oh, this has been changed, but here we have it. So all the toolbar buttons. What does this one do actually?
Good question.
Contacts auto. No, that's the feature flag.
Yeah, I feel like the field view changes might not be necessary. I don't know.
Feature flag.
Maybe it isn't.
Well, that's the only thing that we changed. Issue actions. No. These are the specs. I guess we can try this. Let's see what happens.
So we're newing up a GL form, aren't we? And we're passing an object with that property. So I'm guessing it's a GL form. I presume it's a GitLab UI component. So let me just have a look at that. Form.
Okay. It's taking its time to compile the backend. Okay. Still not calling the backend. I wonder why changing this broke.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out everything that needs to be linked up because I think the terminal. In some places, I think we might want to change the reference to active contacts. In some places, we might.
Yeah, because if, for example, having a look at the code to get the list of all available commands for the quick action, the add contacts doesn't show anywhere the path to the API to call.
Do the other ones?
No.
Okay.
No, these are only the example. We did change this one.
Right. So if you go into in VS Code, do you want to open up GFM autocomplete? You probably already know this, but just in case, I'm just trying to follow it through in my head how this works. So up a bit further, we define the class, the GL form class.
GL form. Wait.
Where did I find it? Let me just have a look.
Do you have the line?
The old version of the line. I've lost it now. Where was it?
Oh, I do have the class GFM autocomplete.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it's the GFM autocomplete class. But is that what we're newing up? It's not, is it? We're newing up a GL form. GL form is GL form.
Well, I'm changing all the contacts to active contacts.
I think that, yeah, okay, GL form isn't directly a GitLab UI component. So if you open up GL form, hopefully we'll finally get what I was looking for.
So GL form.
That's the one.
Okay.
So we're newing that up. So the constructor, I guess, at the top. So a constructor at the top of. Because we're passing in, yeah. So we're passing in enable GFM, the object.
Yeah.
Default autocomplete config and enable GFM.
Yeah.
So what were we passing in there?
Which autocomplete feature should be enabled?
Well, that shouldn't really make any difference. Actually, we're defaulting it to autocomplete con. So these ones I don't think we want to change. I don't think, because this is just whether it should be enabled or not.
Yeah, we don't need to specify the active contacts.
Exactly. I think we either want contacts to be available or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the contact autocompletes to be available or not. So I would probably keep that called the same thing.
Yeah, I reverted that change because.
So then, in terms of how it knows what. So you've got to set up contacts, enable maps contacts. Did you make some changes to that?
No, we do have a contacts alias. So.
Oh, sorry, it's not set up contacts. It's set up who. Interestingly.
But this is the same for both the add and remove. And the alias is different from the quick action name. So I don't think this is related to the action itself, but it's still part of the enable or disable thingy. This is quite harder than expected.
Yeah, that's why I gave up when I tried to make a change before.
Templates function use mode. I mean, how a backend change prevents the quick action from calling the backend? And why is it calling labels?
That's part of the GraphQL subscriptions they have started work on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think.
No, it wouldn't be hitting that endpoint though, would it?
Oh, actually, yeah, it should be hidden at GraphQL.
Yeah. And that subscriptions are push, not pull.
They should be
so-
pushed. Yeah, yeah. As soon as I said
But
that, I was thinking.
anyway, I think that's just a red herring. Add contacts. So we've set up. Could you, if you've got those two, yeah, you've still got those two MRs open. So if you look at that one, yeah, it says to basically hit the endpoint like slash autocomplete sources slash contacts. Do you want to
Okay.
just hit that, but obviously replace it with active contacts just to make sure that, so you're sort of saying, right, my back end works fine.
Oh,
So you'll need to presumably change that to active underscore contacts because
oh, because the auto. Oh, that's why I was getting the. Okay, got it. Where is it? On the autocomplete sources. Autocomplete sources. This one. Yeah. And this one. Active contacts. Okay. So I guess we still have to also leave the old contacts function so we don't break anything.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
You might be able to alias. Let me just think about this.
Okay, this one is working. And active contacts is the same. So yeah, we're
Great. Okay, so that means that the back end is serving what it needs to serve.
yeah. Let me check now that because I did have that. Oh, it's still not. It's like it's not triggering the call to the backend to get the suggestions.
So that's so now we kind of want to focus on the front end MR that link that I sent you. So I don't think we need to do anything in field.view. So then
because
you try just refreshing the page.
Reloading.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Oh. Where? You know, it looked like it's calling something, or at least it's trying to.
Is that Ruby just taking forever to respond, or is that?
Not if the page reloaded. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything in the console?
And no, oh wait, on the console. Nope, nothing strange. But I also don't see any call on the network being made. Let me try.
So I wonder, that to me sort of seems like it's trying to. There's a mapping somewhere where it's saying, right, I need this active contacts list, but I haven't got an active contacts list, and I don't know how to fetch it either. Maybe
might be.
So looking.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's in the autocomplete JS.
Yeah,
because that still references .contacts. Should that be autocomplete .active contacts?
Where are you looking at?
GFM underscore auto underscore complete dot. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Like, should that be active contacts?
I don't even know where this is coming from.
Wait, no, hang on. Sorry, this is. Oh, actually, I remember this template function. That was.
Oh, it's defined down here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's how it renders the contact information.
Okay,
Yes,
so this is used to
doesn't need
actually
changing.
render
Gotcha.
the items in the suggestions. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
we do have a spinner down here.
So this is the thing that's loading. It's trying to display the template and it's getting a loading.
Yeah.
Loading default.
So you got data is pointing at GFM autocomplete.default loading data.
Not contacts. Whoa, no, that's before save.
Search key search.
Fetch data. Setup layers. Default loading data.
Yeah.
Oh, loading. Okay. There's no call to the fetch data. Default callbacks is loading. Oh, maybe it's okay. This is loading data. It's like it's loading. No contact. Data sources. Oh, okay. This data sources. Active contacts.
What's it looking for? Contacts.
And it's looking for wait, I need to check the auto type map.
Ah. Yeah, line 877 of that file we are in.
877. Oh, okay. Active.
But then you've got a problem, haven't you? Because
Oh, because we're using the same for both.
not the end of the world. I don't see a huge issue with us just changing it.
Well, let's see if it.
And changing what though?
Well, so instead of using contact, it uses like, I don't know, add contact and remove.
Oh no. Because then you can't put a reference to a contact in the markdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
that's
I
why
think
the
this
issue
is. Yeah, I think this is the sort of rabbit hole that I went down. I still feel like we should be able to further further kind of filter this somehow. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, can we rewind? Oh gosh, I've just lost everybody. Can we rewind all the way back to the original issue? When you're doing /add contacts,
Yeah.
the endpoint that you have at the moment is returning all contacts or all the active contacts
for the group.
All contacts for the group,
including inactive, correct?
Okay. Do you return whether they are active as part of that data?
No, I don't believe we do.
Oh, so you want to move everything to the front end?
Yeah. Can you return whether they're active or not?
I mean, you could.
Yeah, that
Because
wouldn't
that
be a problem.
Personally,
because I mean, there's already a filter in this autocomplete thing. If you check the setup contacts, I've lost where that is now.
So I think you would need to add 2 bits of information. Then if you want to do it all client side, you'd need to add, is it active or inactive? You'd need to add, is it already attached to the issue?
Well,
I think we focus on one thing at a time. But
yeah.
Potentially.
Well,
yes.
the only reason I say that is because I'm not sure client side is the way to go. And whilst we might just about be able to cobble it together to fix this first problem, I think when we then come to the second problem, we might say, do you know what? It would have been better if we had have just had 2 separate endpoints or 2 separate lists or whatever we want to call it. Yeah, endpoints list. Because when you start, this is just super confusing, this JavaScript code, and I tried messing around with should we have a quick look at my MR Marco to see just where I don't know what state I left it in, if I left any clues on that MR as to
let me find it then.
It might be that I messed around with it so much that there's nothing of any help on there, but
where was
changes? It? Oh yeah.
I don't think it was in here. Oh yeah. So yeah, you actually did add a filter function. And did some other black magic in here.
Yeah, so I was trying to say, look at the quick action and use that to determine which endpoint. So I was trying to, at one point I did try and do client-side filtering, but I think I was even struggling to get this to work, to be able to determine which, was it add or was it remove? But then I think maybe, Andrew, you made a good point there that I wasn't thinking that this same library is used regardless of, not just for quick actions, but it will also be used if and when we start wanting to reference as well.
Yeah, because I think this will be used also for any editor.
Yeah. But then I guess we could sort of say, if it's removed, then do this. Otherwise, do this, and that would include add or any other references. Rather than saying, if it's add, do this. If it's removed, do this, which excludes anything that isn't add or remove.
Yeah.
See, I'm looking at how the label does it, and it seems okay to do.
Okay.
I think they're doing basically the same. 621. They basically fetch the data, and as part of that, the label returns a set Boolean by the looks of it. If you scroll down a bit.
Yeah.
And then in that filter one, if you're doing the label command, then you filter out anything where the label isn't set. And if you're doing the unlabel command, you filter out any labels where they are set. So I think we could do something very similar to that, where, like you said, you return whether they're active or inactive,
and also
return whether they're set or not.
Yeah.
Then the on or remove contact would use the on set or the set, not contact not set, and the remove contact would use contact.set, and the add contact would do contact.active.
Yeah.
And then the bit above that is just boilerplate to make sure it's not in a loading state. So I think we could literally just copy that whole thing as is and just make a few little changes.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
So the first thing we need to do is add the state to the contacts.
I guess that the thing I need to do is revert back all my changes.
While you guys add that back end, I'm just going to whack this in the front end.
Okay, because you can work in that. Let me reset the changes very quickly.
So that's filter context.
And I still need to. Oh, that's why. Because, so. Let's complete service. We can put this one back to contacts, and we need to select also the state. For the state, yeah. But how do we know if a contact is already present or not in an issue?
So we will have to. So is it just hitting, where are you at the moment? Autocomplete service. So it's using the contacts finder. We'll need to add a new argument or a new parameter, I think, to the contacts finder to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, I think if we can get the state back to start with, and it's quite easy to filter in the front end, then doing that next bit shouldn't be too.
Yeah. That's right. So this one is done. This one, go back to contacts. Yeah, here I think it's where we might need to pass in the ID of the issue. But that's for later. The complete service controller. We don't need active contacts anymore. Okay. Okay. Andrew, when you're ready, we can reload the page.
I've copied in the filter function and updated the contact command to have add and remove.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how this command variable gets set though, and that I don't understand.
Yeah, I
It looks like it's in the.
I am having flashbacks.
Yeah, that's coming from the matcher function.
Yeah, but I don't get what all this is doing. And I'm not sure how much of this we need to actually reuse.
Subtext. No. If I need it, I think we only need the first part.
Yeah, labels. Let's give it a go. Where does match come from? Match equals default matcher. Sure. Let's give that a go and see what happens.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Reload the page.
You'll probably want to check the console, because if this loads, I'll be surprised.
But no problem. So hey. It's kind of working. So now we need to check if contacts return the state inactive. Okay. Yeah, because Christine Abshire should not be available. So we can tweak the filter function.
Mm-hmm.
So the add, we should use contact return label with set undefined. We need to have contact state equals active.
Oh, you just do equal to. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I don't know where those extra quotes are coming from now.
Which ones?
Oh, when you type in contact, or is it supposed to put those quotes around?
I think that's doing it by itself, but this is not working.
Did you reload?
Yeah, I did. I'm just gonna make sure. This.
Do you want to debug? Okay.
Yeah.
Contact state.
Why is it not calling the debugger? Matcher filter.
Did we break Webpack?
No. It's not. Did we miss something? Filter matcher.
This is contact? Yeah, that's contact. Did we save the file? Yep, file's been saved.
Default matcher. Yeah, it's. It's not even calling the matcher function. Filter. Default callbacks. Yeah, I do have the debugger. What are we missing? Sure, hyper input.
So no, the debuggers.
Aims.
Can we try some console log debugging?
Yeah, we can.
I'm thinking. Oh, wonderful! Got a mosquito flying around now.
It's not hitting breakpoints, so that's strange. Yeah, it's like it's not calling that. Let me try the filter. Oh, I'm getting that. We must be missing something.
My next step.
Oh, get default callbacks, maybe. Before save matter. Where did you put?
Hang on, have I put this in the wrong place?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to go. Oh gosh, good spot.
Now it makes more sense. That's why I love TypeScript.
Yay.
And maybe it's even working. Let's try this one. Well, too easy like that. Oh, let me remove the file. Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, come on. Why do we still get Christine Abshire?
What? Sorry, in the console, what did it say the command was?
Oh,
The filter command undefined.
undefined. Okay, so that's one thing. So
did matcher get called? Wait, how is it undefined?
Yeah, it should be
at least
null.
I mean, it should be an empty string on line 671, or it should be a null or a node, I guess.
I guess we can put back the debugger.
Yeah, because if the commands don't match, it just returns all the data.
Yeah.
Perhaps we shouldn't do that. We should return an empty array.
Missing field issue while writing results. I don't think that's related to our changes. Subtext nodes. Add contact. And we are looking for add remove. Add contact. Yeah, that should. Did you change something?
Nope.
Okay, so this should actually be working because
if you step over, what does that come back as?
Yeah. node. Node is add contacts, and contact command add is /add contact. Why? It's the same.
Did Node have a slash?
Yeah, it does. Node add contacts.
Oh. You've got plural. I wrote it as singular.
Oh, and
I've just updated
Hey.
it to add the S on the
and I
end.
even checked it.
Do you support multiple contacts? Because I thought most of the quick action commands were singular. Although they do support multiple, don't they actually?
Oh, I don't know. You should ask the person who implemented this the first place.
What was that, Andrew?
Oh, I wish we had someone here from
can we do
GitLab official
multiple?
to help to guide us.
Did you ask if you could add multiple? Was that there?
No, sorry. The quick action commands, should they be in the singular form or plural? Because you have /label /unlabel. Should it be add contact or add contacts?
So funnily enough, I think that we should add aliases for both. I think that label, you should be able to do /labels, and contacts, you should be able to do contact and contacts. The same with remove and add.
Yeah,
that'd be a nice quick MR as well.
That's the easy answer.
Well, yeah, it's just there's a couple I added a while ago instead of like spent or spend or vice versa or something like that. Because maybe that was one that Marco raised. I don't know, but somebody I think made the point that you're logging the time after you've after you've spent it, not that you're going to spend it. Or so I can't remember exactly what it was. And, you know, it was one of those where it's like, well, I don't think there's any harm in having both.
Again.
Woo! Now we get nobody. It's
yeah.
a change.
Yeah. And we do get the right command. So add contacts. But what was it? Line 877? No, this is contact. Contact.
No, that's the.
Yeah, that.
The other thing.
It's not calling the backend, I guess.
No, I think we're filtering all the data out. Can you jump in the debugger?
Yes, I
The live one's fine. And just check what data is, and then what we're actually returning.
Okay.
So yeah, in here, data should have all of the contacts in it.
Fetch data. It's calling itself again. Okay.
So yeah, data's got 40 odd records. Is that it's a bit switched, but I can just about read.
Yes, they're here.
Cool.
It's missing the state.
Did we add it to the? I can't remember if we added it to that map. So we added it in the back end, but did we map it in the front end as well?
Where do you mean?
I think in the GFM autocomplete there was somewhere where there's a .map.
Yes, it is.
Oh, where you configure things like the email address and that kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up contacts before save.
Found it.
ID, email, yeah. So you're going to need to add state. And what was the other one we were going to say? Set as well. Do you want to add that in while we're here?
Oh, well, we haven't added it in the back end because that's a bit more work. We've got at the moment we don't have the issue in the contacts finder, so we at the moment, the context finder is quite generic. You're giving it like a group or a project or something like that, and it's just giving. So
Okay.
I definitely will need to do that, but I think probably as a separate MR.
Yeah.
So I guess the default here would be to. Sorry, back on the. Did that work?
Yeah.
So when you do remove,
remove. It's not search.
is there
This is
anyone
because we're still
currently?
filtering. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I was going to say now. If you jump back in the code, Marco,
Sure.
and scroll down to the filter. So at the moment, if it's the remove command, we're going to do this filtering. I think for now, then we just remove that.
Yeah.
So if you're doing the add, we'll only let you add someone active, but if you're removing, because we don't have that set attribute yet, we'll just show everybody.
Yeah, I think that maybe if we're gonna do it this way, the best thing I could do is actually update the MR that I opened last week with these changes instead of updating the backend. Yeah.
So I got a bit lost there. So so at the moment you've done front end and back end in a single MR, right?
Yes.
So you're saying change that MR to just do the back end, but do both bits at the same time.
Yes and no, because the MR that I opened last week was a backend change to filter the active contacts on the backend, and I should change that one to be like this one, so to
include the state, not to filter them out, but just to include the state.
Exactly. Yeah. Should it be okay if we do both backend and front end changes on the same one?
So it depends how we write the JavaScript code, because we might be able to do something that's got kind of like null handling or whatever you want to call it, that will kind of not explode.
Example like this, if state isn't there or if it's active.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happens. Is you'll have to test, I guess, if you remove the backend change, how this, because I'm not sure when you do the map command if that will throw an error. You might need to put this handling in the map command rather than.
Yeah, you could add a fallback there, so m.state or active, and then the filter can just search by active.
Remain the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because doing this way we can save the old MR and make it work in preparation for the new MR that I could try to open to filter out the contacts already added to an issue.
Yeah, and you'd do the same thing on that MR, right? You'd map the set or associated or assigned or whatever, and use a default fallback. And cool. Yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, actually, I wonder if it's not going to be that difficult to change the contacts finder to also include the set information. We could even try to squeeze it in all in one.
I think I would do I would either do one MR for the back end and do both the state and the set, and then one MR for the front end and handle both of them. Or I would do an MR that combines the back end and front end, but just do the state, and then another MR that does the back end and front end and just do the set. I think you want two MRs. I think one for all four things is too much. I think one for two is okay.
Yeah.
the only thing I think that if you do back end and front end together, you're introducing a bit of tech debt with the kind of or active or not set, or however you're going to do it. Personally, I think maybe a better approach would be to do both of the back end changes together in one MR.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we've only got 2 weeks until the cutoff, roughly. So you could prep.
Oh no! I really want to get my merge request in.
I just saw a comment about it, so I see you're making progress, right?
Oh, that's just not Dependabot. Dangerbot saying you've done this wrong.
Oh, I thought you pinged Nick saying you had done some squashing or rebasing. And...
yeah, I responded to Nick as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting on Fabio at the moment. I've just pinged him earlier on.
Yeah. So yeah, in the end, I think I'll be making the backend changes and prepare another MR with the front end changes.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe that's the best way to go.
It's a shame. It's nice to be able to demonstrate it working in a single MR, but I think
well, the backend changes don't actually change anything for the front end, so it's also going to be quite easier to get it merged. Not easier, but faster, because it's a change that nobody will actually see until we also change the front end.
Yeah. No, I think that's sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. But that's for another time, because I'm almost running out of time today, and that will take some time.
No, it's time to dash now. Awesome. Thank you both very much, and as always, Mark, I appreciate you moving the CRM stuff forward. We shall talk time tracking soon.
Oh yeah, I absolutely want to move forward the UI to track time. The only thing is that I still have the move issue in bulk MR stable, because I need to do.
But I mean, we could next week, depending on what everyone's up to. You sent me that big spreadsheet. We could almost just do some triaging next week and go through that list and ping the product manager on any that we're unsure about. Close some if we think we can close some, and create a few epics, etc.
Yeah, if you want to, that's more than good.
Well, it feels like we've all got a few MRs in our queue that we want to try and get closed off, and maybe we shouldn't open any new ones next week. And I think it's nice, not that I'm sure we have a massive audience, but to attack different things, like, so 1 week to be more kind of talking, and 1 week to be more coding, and sometimes it's more back end, and sometimes it's front end, and sometimes it's UX, which normally causes us fun and games.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll suggest it on the issue, which I'm guessing the bot has automatically created, but I haven't actually looked today.
Yeah, it should be creating ones later.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a great sleep, Andrew, and day, Mark.
Thanks. You too.
Catch you later.
Take care, guys. Catch you later.
Bye, everyone.